it every day, we be grinding. And if you ask me, we the best, I'ma be like, yo, that's us with the crazy flow. And you gon' hear us on the radio. This is how we do every day, we be grinding. And if you wanna come and test us, I'ma be like, yo, that's us with the crazy flow. And you gon' hear us on the radio when I'm spitting all these rhymes.
Here we go. Welcome back to the 10-yard fight. I'm Coach KK. This is volume 20, part 2. We call this the Deuce Close power spread attack. This is right here, the basics. This is one of the first games I played in building the scheme. So I want to let you know my mindset, my state of mind, how we saw the field, you know, and put things into play. Like all of these audibles you see right here wasn't there at this time in the game. This was like the start of everything, like the root. And I think this is well worth the while of checking out. As I move over to the next few videos of the scheme, you know, things will get more exotic and more advanced. That's how I usually do the schemes. I always like to show the first game ever in the scheme. All right, here we go. Corners goes flat. So you can see the two outside guys are going to do double moves and run those guys off. This is 12 personnel. We're operating with two tight ends. One of them is on a whip route. The other one is on a return route. Now, I didn't really trust that return route at the moment. I went with the automatic whip route. I was just looking at his side first. And he separated and got yards, right? And as I looked at film after the game, I was like, okay, this return route was kind of open. So I'll go back to this. So we'll see what's going on. So you can see the next down right here, we're going mesh. Okay, what happened here in this scheme was simple. I was like, you know what? This is Deuce Close. It's very symmetrical. They would never know if we flip the play over. You can run two of the same concepts and the user has to pick one side, or you can run different concepts and he don't know what's going on. You know, like right here, this is bench. We're running the corner route to both sides. So if he's using one side, he's not on the other side like that. So that's the significance, and that's the pros to a symmetrical set. The user can only use one side, right? You can flip the play over. They will never know also. All right. 0-1 trap is the call. You can see we're downhill. This is Nick Chubb. This is a great running back. This is probably one of the best running backs in the league if he stays healthy. When he's healthy, he's about the best running back in the league besides King Henry. You know, it's a few of them, CMC out there. But yeah, he's up there with the great ones. I love Nick Chubb. He's downhill. He does everything. Don't need all the speed, because I'm more of a bruiser type of runner myself when I'm running the ball, right? You know, it's more to just speed. Everybody likes speed. So I'll be contradicting myself when I get on college football though with that one. You can see we're running bench again in the red zone. And here we go. This was an epiphany moment right here. This was an epiphany right here. And this was very well needed in the beginning. I was moving and grooving. Bench, mesh, bench, mesh, bench, mesh, and boom. Not today, sir. Go back to the drawing board. I got too happy. Look at circle wide open on the spot route. I'm over here running mesh concept and bench back and forth and moving and grooving, and I felt invincible, you know, and I deserved to throw a pick right here. Deserved it. In the red zone, what are you doing? Not reading the field all the way. Other plays out there could be called. There's a receiver wide open that we didn't throw to. I deserve to throw a pick right here. And of course, I went back and watched this game after watching film, and you only get better from doing that. So in the next few videos, you're gonna be like, wow. So yeah, if you want to know how things are turned out so great, it's because of watching film. All right. So the next drive, he get the ball, he don't do anything, he stumbled. Myles Garrett saved me for the millionth time. Myles Garrett is the truth. And yes, sir. Yes, indeed. We went back to the mesh spot and we threw it to the spot route. So that was a trigger right there. That showed me that they have to account for not only the mesh concept, but the spot concept. And I'm just looking at the two receivers. That's a 1 and 2 read when you're looking at mesh. Okay, if triangle ain't open, maybe X will get open. If this one ain't, the crisscross ain't there, we'll look at the running back. Sometimes that circle guy sitting right in the middle. But one thing about it, they can't cover everything. You have the ball, you're calling the play, you control pace and tempo. You're on offense. And of course, somebody on defense will say the same thing, that they're on, they're controlling also. But at the same time, the person with the ball is really the one calling the shots. You can line up in any set and the defense has to follow or respect the rules and guidelines. All right. Play action. We thought about going with the PA boot slide. We looked at the left side of the field and was like, oh no, it's overnumbered over there. Okay. There is 11 people on both sides of the ball. You can see it, right? So that's one person that's going to be odd. That odd person was on the left side. And that's why I went to the right. So we're lining up in a symmetrical formation where everything is even, like dead center, right? You need to find their odd person. And that was a slot corner. Sometime it'll be a third safety. Sometime it'll be an extra linebacker slid over or whatever. Like they got those formations called over and under. You got to find that odd person and see where the hats fall. All right. You can see it's 10-14 in the fourth quarter. That was my only touchdown, that one drive. And we're all the way in the fourth quarter. And I'm out here trying to make a game. This game was well worth the while because of this. Look at that there. Greatness. Look at them. All right. That's the gun Omaha play. I just call it Omaha. It's an RPO alert Omaha. You can see we threw a 5-yard speed out because they was playing off coverage. And we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Look at them go. 45, 50 yards. Nearly 50 yards after catch from a 5-yard pass. And I said instantly, that's in the audibles. Whenever they play off coverage, we're going Omaha. Omaha, like Peyton Manning. Omaha! Omaha! Yeah, man. That was my thought process right there. And you can see I'm trying to get back to Omaha also when they play off coverage. Any space, and I'm taking it. You see right there, back to the mesh. That's the basics. Mesh and bench. Those are like ketchup and mustard. Like you have to have both of them together. Like on a hot dog, you got ketchup and mustard, right? All right. Yeah, bench and mesh, they goes well together because they're inside influencing and they're also influencing the outside. And what it does, it keeps the defense in one spot. And then when you start clicking with the run game like that, that's my second touchdown on the day with Nick Chubb. When you click with the run game, they have to respect it and they have to bring guys in the box. And before you know it, we'll be going over the top with play action. Man, let's pay attention to Amari Cooper on the left side, the receiver over there. Well, the right side of the screen. He's getting downfield and going to get a block. Look at him. Look at he's going in the end zone, getting that block right there. Right out the way. Nick Chubb come right behind him. That was a good block by Cooper. Well, good block. So this guy scored very fast on like a one-play touchdown twice in a row. You can see the score is 17-21. So I had to go back down the field once again. My whole long-hearted drive went to waste because he scored real fast. He scored on a kick return. Yeah, real fast. Or like a one-play touchdown. It was one drive where he scored a one-play touchdown and he scored a kick return. So we're back to the Omaha. This time we don't get the 10, 15 yards this time. You see, it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same every time. So we threw the 5-yard pass and we barely got 5 yards. All right. So you can see one time we got 50 out the catch and the next time we got 5. So that's still a strong play to have because I did get positive yardage, right? Running up the gut. You can see on the ground, we have over 50 yards. My goal was to always get 100 yards. Every game I play, my goal is to run as much as I can. I got programmed very early in football. I thought that 100 yards on the ground was the number to have. So to this day, I'm always thinking run first. And that really applies to this scheme because, first of all, you have 2 tight ends. So that's your 2 big tight ends plus the 5 linemen, right? Get 100 yards on the ground, man, or at least shoot for it. You can see right here, this is a play action deep post that looks like a flood concept post snap. You can see R1, X, and square. You can see the levels out there, right? And then you got the big post route going across with circle, but it was locked up that time. I don't know if it was locked up or they just got Hutchinson or whatever the case may be. But when I went to go watch film, I was thinking to myself like, hey man, this is a flood concept. It's 3 men over there. It's late developing. So let's see what it do. You know, let's go back into this. Let's hold on to this and see what happens later on. You see, I came back to the deuce close. I shift down. I feel like that's like, it appears like you're just shifting gears, like you're going down. So when you go from gun to single back or gun to under center, this guy is not going to make it right here, protecting the sticks and playing this computer controlled defense. That's not going to make it versus users like us, right? Everybody's like looking robotic on his defense. They're in one spot, like in a line going across the field. He don't understand that though. But yeah, I usually do very well when they start playing like that, like robotic and stuff. Like they're lacking user skills. Right here, he tried to put some user skills into play. But nah, he had too many guys in the box. Too many guys in the box. And he was putting like multiple people in one gap. You can see he got tangled up right there in the trash with the user, trying to shoot one gap with 2 people. Something else gonna happen. Like we're able to bounce to another gap. You can see they tried to go up the A gap, tangled up in the trash, and we just bounced off them like a bowling ball. So yeah, that's 3 touchdowns on the ground today with Nick Chubb. Nothing in the air, and we will fast forward to overtime. 24-24 is the score. Our ball first. All right. So yeah, you can see right now, so far, what I've gained from the scheme is, okay, we can get bench going, we can get mesh going. The run game is all right because it's 7 men on the line of scrimmage. We just got to make sure we read our keys properly and take care of the small detail pre-snap. All right, there you go right there. Running game look good. And got clobbered up. Sometimes this is going to be slow developing. You know, you're not going to hit a home run just because you're on the field. You can see the mesh concept is coming. He's using the left side and we're going right. So that right there showed me something right there. When he was over there trying to use the left side of the field, we can go to the right side of the field because we have blended concepts, right? Look at Nick Chubb getting down the field. You got to love that, man, with the running game. You know, there's a few more teams out here that can use like a scheme like this, like the Baltimore Ravens. They're good. The Eagles are good. The 49ers are real good. They got 2 tight ends. They got a nice running back, you know. So yeah, this is how we coming in Madden 25. Look at this right here. No one's in the middle. Bench. The user is nowhere to be found. And the read was very simple. We've probably talked about this before. We're looking at the curl flat defender. Okay. When he sink down, we go up. Just like that. Like he went down for the out route. And then the other guys were in like deep zone. So that's a cover 3 all day. 3 guys was in the sky. And they're not playing man to man. They're playing their area. So you're going to get a lot of cover 3 in this look because they feel safe. Look at this bad pass right here. Man, I had my feet set and everything. I'm rolling out. And I understand, you know, Watson is like a 74 overall. But come on, man. I stopped and everything. But I'm going to give EA credit for this. You know, every pass can't be completed. I was in a hurry, even though I stopped. And it was a critical moment of the game. So I deserve an incomplete pass. Even though I stopped and got my, you know, my feet set or whatever. I'm good. Nice. Now, I expect this to be an incomplete pass. You know, I'm rolling, throwing crossbody. So, yeah, I respect the game. I'm not the one to complain about stuff out here, you know. I just take it with a grain of salt and just try to shape back. Here we go, halfback stretch in the red zone. My goal was to really run the ball as much as I can. And you can see 4 TDs on the ground. This was a real good execution right here. Here's a pro tip. When you start the game, you should pick inside run. That's what I like to do, because this is a run first type of scheme. You know, if you can't run the ball, you won't be able to pass. So I pick inside run. Now that don't apply to that play right there because that was an outside halfback stretch. But most of the other concepts like the 0-1 trap and the zone split, the read option, all of those concepts are considered inside run. So yeah, you get an extra push from your guards and tackles. All right. You can see right here, this guy ran out of gas. It's nothing for him. We were more solid on offense and we had the last laugh. Yeah, so I thought that this scheme was very well worth the while after looking at the game. You know, we put up 31 points. Can't complain about that. We controlled the ball, controlled pace. We scored a lot. We moved the ball. 1 turnover, and that was early, which was needed because, you know, it was a wake-up call. But yeah, we're better than 70%, nearly 300 yards in the air, 100 yards on the ground, 2 receivers with 50 yards. Can't complain, you know. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm Coach KK. Peace.
This is how we do it every day. We be grinding, and if you ask me, we the best. I'ma be like, yo, that's us with the crazy flow. And you gon' hear us on the radio. This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and test us, I'ma be like, yo, that's us with the crazy flow. And you gon' hear us on the radio. When I'm spitting all these rhymes.